very beautiful day to every single person. I am really so excited. You're welcome to Foundations for Success with Charles E. Ermoseli. And I must promise you, this is really going to shake a lot of things in your life right now. And you want to be positioned for success because that's actually what you were created for. And I'm really so excited to be joining so many other people. Sorry for the little delay that we had, but I believe we're going to start right now. And I promise you, this is going to change your life, especially if you are an African. Because over the years, dreams have not materialized. A lot of things have actually not come into fruition. Not because we don't have the capacity to succeed, but there are so many factors that are not properly positioned or don't really help us stay positioned for success. And those are some of the vital things I'll be talking about. Let me give you a little background about the foundation of success. This has been one life-changing program or one life-changing platform for me. Over the years, for the past 12 years, I've been able to use this to get on radio, where I'm able to bless thousands, multiple thousands of lives every week in the city of Kaduna. I'm really proud of the lives that were touched and some of the success stories that have actually come out from some of those endeavors. This has actually put me on several other platforms, youth platforms, government platforms, developmental platforms, both nationally and internationally. This has given me an international edge with the GEI Global Entrepreneurs Institute in Dover, Ohio, where so many lives also were transformed. Before I want to start this very evening, I want to tell you how important you are because this is all about you. You know, we can have the beautiful background like you see now. We can have every single thing that the packaging, the branding, but the first and foremost brand on earth is a human being. You're very critical. You know, the things I want to question this evening are things that are going to shake the foundation of your existence because someday you're going to be gone. Someday you're going to die. And if we go by what Miles Monroe said, it means that a lot of us are actually going to die with our dreams. And that is an anomaly. That is never what you were intended to just come and join earth. You know, just pass through earth and you've not created any value that can be sustainable for the next generation. And then all of a sudden, someday people are celebrating your life. What did they really celebrate? Did they celebrate the fact that you existed, or they celebrate the fact that you had something that you were born to demonstrate, something that you were born that becomes your internal value, that becomes that worth that people put on you? So when we're talking about gifts, when we're talking about potentials, when we're talking about foundations for your success, we're not talking about showing up for people to, you know, commend you, showing up for people to say, oh, that's a great person, or he's doing great work, she's doing great work. No, we're saying that you are God's divine package brought on earth for value that can change millions of lives. And for the few people that have really understood the power of this, they've transformed their life. So I don't want to run ahead of myself. I want to just play a little video. You know, my dad has really changed my life in so many ways. And he sent me this video about last week. All right, sent me and my siblings. That's another thing I'll be talking about. Make sure that you have the right set of people around you. One of the very critical factors to my success in life has actually been my parents, because up till now, they find that premise to ensure that we are our best, and that before we are ever Africans, before we are ever human beings, we are divine leaders. We are divine beings put on earth for a great reason. So there can never be two of you. You are that special. So I want to play you this very special video. felt if you watched that. I hope it worked well. If it didn't, everybody that have actually subscribed to the Foundation for Success via charles.com.ng, I will ensure that you get that video. Courtesy, that's sourced from the Power of Positivity, a very powerful group that's changing lives around the world. Now, if you really got to really understand that picture, it means that there is no single person on earth that owes you a single thing. If I ask you, why has your dream not materialized right now? If I asked you, why is that everything you define as success has not materialized? We are going to have to point to certain factors. And one of the key factors everyone want to point to a lot of times is money. And we know so much about our excuses that we never find out the responsibilities that can convert those excuses and convert them into realities in our life. Now, let me set the background for this particular podcast so that you understand the power of what I'm talking about. There's something called revelation. Revelation, the essence of revelation is to remind you of the power that you hold. But if revelation is ever going to become reality, then you need to work on that revelation. And so what I'm going to be opening up at this first class or first podcast is to really make you understand that you already have every single thing that you need to succeed. Every single thing that you need to succeed, you already have. So where does the problem lies? And why do we always procrastinate? Why do we always wait? What are you waiting for? If you really understand the power behind the time currency of life, you will really understand how powerful what I just said is. Because the truth of the matter is that dreams never come true on their own. And nobody, I believe you can see my screen, this is what I call it's what I'm going to refer to as undiscovered currency. The first currency on earth is never the currency of money. In short, if the first currency becomes the first currency, if the first currency already becomes money to you, that means you're a slave. You're always going to work for money. So in other words, I'm not talking about being a slave to money. I'm talking about where you develop the capacity to understand that money is supposed to be your slave. And how do you become, someone says several years ago, and I took that very seriously, he said finances will always move in the direction of value. So I believe I'm coming home now so you understand the power of what I'm talking about building foundations for success. Remember, finances will always move in the direction of value. Find everybody that's financially successful, that's the value that they are creating. If they are not creating value, automatically they are going to face the consequence of the action. You already know about some of those stories going around making the headlines now. So it's true that if you're ever going to be, so you need to understand that from the very moment God gave you potentials and gifts, they were automatically supposed to translate to value that can pay you and your next generation. So I'm not talking about the several things we hear, okay, that person is gifted, no, this person is gifted. No, you don't define gifting basically by just the demonstration of the gift. You define gifting by the purpose of the gift and the resultant effect that brings. I remember I have been a marketplace coach, a marketplace leadership coach for a while. So I'm going to be tying this to your personal economy. Because why we have the divide, especially when it comes to Africa, where we see that you discover that a single individual owns a company or a group of people own a company in the United States, and by the time you value the net worth of that company, it is synonymous to the GDP of certain nations. It's because they didn't just launch out because they knew the name of their company. They launched out with a particular vision. So I want to narrow that down to you. I don't have all the time. I want to try to make this very, very simple so you understand the power behind what we're talking about. Because I want you to begin to see your dreams, not just as things you have in your mind, but things that you need to activate in the quickest possible time. So what am I going to talk about? Something I call the R to R factor, which is the revelation to reality factor. In other words, every single time you have somebody speak like I'm speaking right now, be it a Sunday service, be it maybe a motivational speaker, be it someone that's trying to coach you to take your dreams, you need to understand that until you place value on that time is not going to result into a meaningful, capacity for development in your life. So the first thing you need to debunk right now is that your belief system about you needs to change. Everything you're saying about me right now is just a covering, it's just a packaging. But the most important thing is the world that's within. And by the time you really understand the divine architecture around your being, you really understand that you have always been more than you've been told you are. You've always been more than you think you are. Listen, let me give you a particular background so you understand. I wanted to just come and announce that I'm going to be shifting the Foundation of Success class from today, shift it into another day. That was what I had in my mind. Why? Because I felt I was not prepared. I felt I still needed, the sound effect, my guys were not getting it right, right now we didn't start early because we were waiting for the live streaming on IGTV and some other things. But it came to my mind that the more you wait in life, the more you grow older. The more you wait, the more the beauty of your dream begins to translate into the reality of your situations. Because every single time a dream is lost, it's because a situation overtook it. So why not come out, start with what you have. If you're writing, that's the number one thing you need to take on this very morning, this very evening. Start with what you have from where you are. Start with what you have from where you are. It doesn't matter whether you're an African. It doesn't matter whether your skin color doesn't matter when it comes to starting. It doesn't matter if you have all the resources in the world. The little you have, which is the skill set, especially what you're seeing around me, the skill set, that is the most basic thing that you need. Every harvest requires a seed. The financial dreams that you're crying for, that you're having prayer requests over and over again, is going to start with you understanding the fact that, second point, that when you pray to God, God doesn't necessarily give you success, or God doesn't definitely give you your answer. God gives you an instruction. And the instruction is loaded with a set of principles, a set of things that you're going to need to do that guarantees the opening for you. For example, if you go into the good book, the scripture, the Bible, you're going to see the widow that people were coming to, take her sons because she has not been able to pay for what her beloved husband, which is a man of God. In other words, what am I trying to say? You can still be close to the corridors of divine power and still not have power. So her husband, as a man of God, died and left debts, and they were going to take everything she owned, including the living being called her children. Now, the moment she came crying, let me take it as a prayer request, figuratively. The moment she came crying, and the door was open, what happened? An instruction was given. Go get jars outside. And based on the capacity of our understanding of that instruction, she got things according to the capacity of what she feels she can grow. I used to, from a businessman perspective, I used to think about that. If I was in her shoes, just my kind of mindset, if I was in her shoes, I'm not going to get jars from the neighbor. Maybe that's the time I should quickly rush out and go and make a contract with a truck company that can, maybe they can lease their trucks to me, and I can get 4 or 5 trucks. In other words, I will not only pay for the debt I owe, I will start a company, because the oil stopped at the capacity that she brought. So what am I trying to talk to you about? You already have that oil in you. You will never know until something pressurizes you to take it out. Another point I want to talk about this evening, I'm going to talk about so many other points. Another point I want to talk about this evening is that never think with your stomach, think with your head. It's critical. Africans, wake up. Don't think with your stomach, think with your head. What does that mean? The reason why we'll never seize opportunities in our lives is because we're always thinking about the table infrastructure. What can I get today? So we are never able to consistently, we're not able to look at the time frame it's going to take to build a long-lasting dream that can feed your generation. That thing you're calling small, the only reason it has remained small is because you have not put value on it. The same oil she would not put value on was what was able to contain, what was able to give her the capacity to settle her dreams, settle her debts rather, and own her children. So you're not going to own your dreams. Your dreams, you are pregnant of dreams. You're not going to be able to hold on to those things because you are the critical factor behind the failure of your dreams not coming true. Nobody else. Nobody else. Let me give you a particular example. I was in the office about 2 days ago, and I looked. There was this what we refer to as go slow, traffic situation in that particular place of the office. And I saw this particular lady, a lady and a guy. They were hawking the face masks, not the masks. They have this and the shield now. And something happened. I want to teach some a young folk that works with me. I want to teach him some very important lesson about understanding value in life. And I told him, go buy 2 of those shields from that lady. And he came back with this shield. And I took it out of the packaging they brought, and I began to, because I've had experience. I have, by virtue of my ability to have traveled far and wide, I've been able to go to places like Opiweka, in Onitsha. I've worked in Enugu. I've gone around the north, around the east, so I understand basic information around raw materials. By the time I took what I broke down everything. Now it cost him, I think it cost him was 1,000 naira. But I showed him I broke down the component of everything he brought. I broke it down so I can understand. Now, by the time we were able to analyze the cost for every single thing within that shield, it was just about, let's say, if she applied economy of an economic factor, trying to scale it, economy of scale, what everything would translate to by cost price would have been 250 naira or 300. But she sold it for 1,000 naira at the fast moving traffic. Now, guess what? Something that would cost 250 naira, 300 naira was eventually sold for 1,000 naira, over 3 times the amount of cost price for that. Why? Because she sees an opportunity in the lifetime of the opportunity, which is the epidemic that I've gone right now. And then there's somebody also that was very blessed that I was privileged to be able to talk to, that made quite an amount of money just from the sales of face masks. Why? Because she sees the opportunity in the lifetime of the opportunity. Now, in case you think that's the story, let me break down to you. I now broke down the analysis of sell for that person. Now, this is a fast-moving traffic. So if she sold 1 for 1,000 naira, if she's able to sell 1,000 of that, because remember, I bought 2. There are people that have family, they're going to buy 5, they're going to buy 10, they're going to buy 15, they're going to buy 20. So in other words, if she sold 1,000 in just that Friday, 1,000 sales for that would translate to 1,000,000 naira. Seizing an opportunity. Now that's how. Let's come to you. So what is that hindrance you're talking about? What is stopping you from taking that thing the way it is and making something out of it? What are critical factors? Let me see your excuses. Think about this for a moment. Let me see your excuses. Now, if you watch that video very well, it means that you are in case you didn't watch the video and you're just joining, let me explain to you what that meant. In other words, a boss in a company actually called all the staffs, and they were informed that the person that has held their success, that has held them from becoming successful in life, has just died. And they were invited to a funeral to see this particular wicked fellow, very, very wicked fellow that has hindered their success in what they do. And so they were all very happy. Some were very sympathetic, and some were feeling okay, not just sympathy. Now some were feeling, want to see that wicked person. He has, thank God, finally, God has caught him. God has caught him. And so they all came to the funeral, and but the rule was given, everybody needs to go one after the other. And so the casket was open, and behold, lo and behold, the first person went, and funny enough, got shocked, with tears in their eyes, left. Second person, third person. Guess what happened? The moment they got to that particular coffin that was open, there was a big mirror there. So the moment they looked inside to see the man that was wicked, they saw a reflection of themselves. They saw themselves. Now that got to me, it got to me. And every excuse you have today, we need to die right now. Every excuse will need to die right now. Are not successful. I'll get back again. I am giving my best right now because somebody needs this energy to transform their reality transform their revelation into their reality. I don't care about you listening to this right now and say, oh man, that guy was a massive motivational speaker. I was a massive life coach. What does that do for me? Yes, it may grow my Facebook page. It may grow my following on social media. It may put more money. Of course, there's a commercial angle to this where I'll talk about soon, because I have several books that you need to buy and transform your life. But the most important effect is that God put me to do this because of you. Because of you. And then the mistake, when one defines success, how do we define success? We want to see the bling blings, we want to see everything. No, success is first and foremost the thing that you hold within you that the world is looking for. Bill Gates held, my God, Bill Gates held, the vision of personal computers, and Microsoft was born out of that. Steve Jobs, the same thing, iPhone, that is something that you carry. We talk about Dangote. Dangote is not concerned about high-class things, luxury things. No, he looks for what me and you can afford every single day, and he makes sure he's giving that to millions of people around Africa, and that's put him on the global map. Now, if that simple lady, without having the best of business plans, if you think you need a business consultant, if that lady without the best of business plans can stay on the street and sell the face shield, and if she's wise enough to sell 1,000 in a day or 1,000 in a week and make $1 million, how much you sitting there in that office? How much about you saying that thing you're saying? It's listen, the very day, remember what I said, the very day you call whatever God has given you small, it remains small, because what you name a thing, that's what it is. Adam gave names to the things in the garden, not God. That's a revelation you need to get. Adam gave names to the things in the garden, the animals, and whatever he called them, that's what heaven stamped them as. As you think, so you are. Is that not powerful? You've been defined by the quality of your thoughts. So I put it to you right now as I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to a billionaire that has yet not let loose the capital for their success. Remember, it doesn't matter whether you're a Nigerian. It doesn't matter whether you're an African. It most matter that you are a citizen of heaven and earth, and that you are given a divine mandate, not just to be spiritual, not just to be religious about it, but to change the world. You carry what it takes. If a prisoner that didn't really commit a crime can become the highest reference in Egypt, called Joseph, why can't you? If guys taken out of captivity can get to a foreign land and become better than the sons and people that are giving themselves to the best aristocratic trainings, how much more you? What do you carry? So I want to challenge you this evening. Get back, and every single dream. Listen, life is not a gift. Life is a loan. If life was a gift, when you die, you're not going to, then you wouldn't have been called to account for the life God gave you. So that theory makes me understand that if you are going to account for the kind of life you lived on earth, then it means that life is a loan. I don't know what I'm speaking to right now. I'm speaking to gifted people. I don't know what the government have told you. I don't know what your parents have told you. I don't know what anybody have told you. Then listen to this. Your life is a loan on earth. Stop quit calling that thing small. Go take it up. It's your seed for a very great harvest. Listen, a seed in hand never bears fruit. It's a seed that is actually put on in the ground, in the soil, that bears fruit. Some of you have gotten the seed for your success, but you know what? It's in your hand because you're not doing anything with it. You think about it, sometimes you even cry about it. It has become your greatest prayer request. But isn't it funny that you get to God every now and then? You're knocking, oh, Baba, Baba, you're knocking the door. God, I have something to tell you. And you pray every now and then. And God is saying, God is shouting, I've given you the power to put this thing to work. I've given you the power. Son, I've given you the power. Daughter, I've given you the power. But you know what? You are deaf. You can't hear because you are so concentrated on the issue that you are not looking at the revelation that can be translated into reality. Monitor your associations, because the people that speak to you most in your life will influence your dreams, influence the value of your life. I don't believe I have too much time left again. But remember, these are very critical points. That's why I'm rounding up with this point. It doesn't matter the age you are. You can be 70 right now. That is, if KFC can come out of somebody that I think he was in his 60s or 70s, how much more you? There is something you are holding that you're not born to. You're wicked if you keep holding that dream and without bringing it to reality. Like I've told you, forget about who is a business consultant. Forget about all the basic, capital aware. The first capital is the fact that you have an idea. An idea is the first. You can't kill an idea. An idea is your first capital. Run into life. Listen good. The currency of life are the ideas that God has given you, are the giftings that God has given you, are the potentials God has given you. So remember, work on that. I'm going to continue this podcast next Sunday, and for those people that sign up, we're going to have more of just a one-time weekly meeting. We're going to have several week meetings because we're going to have several groups we're going to reach out to. Now remember, it's optional. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just fulfilling my gift. So it's left for you to take this seriously and go make the premium sacrifice of payment that can bet your dreams, or leave it. Process is what leads to progress. So those procedural things that I've learned from financial management, business management, understanding the future of works, what we're doing right now, this is what these are what television studios are going to be in few years from now. This is what they're going to be like. You're not going to have the time to, no, things are changing and changing very fast. Listen, our generations tomorrow are going to look at what I'm doing right now and laugh and say, was this the best you have? So what am I trying to say? The skills are important. Your knowledge base needs to increase. You need to wipe out whatever is not necessary. If you have to close down your TV, do that. If you have to close down every cable TV and begin to watch things like this on YouTube, then this is really going to be very interesting and powerful. So your knowledge base needs to change. Your skill set needs to change. Go and get the best courses possible. And listen to me, it doesn't have to be certificated, because the reason a lot of you are not actually growing in your know-how is that you're actually waiting, for the day you actually make so money to do so. No, we have Harvard. Every single week I get into the Harvard Business Reviews. These are free things online. I get materials. I buy books like crazy. The last time I got into a bookstore, I think I bought close to about 7 books. Yet, if you know what the demand on my time, but yet sometimes while you sleep, I have to wake up at night crying and reading the books. Why? Because I'm not interested in becoming the best in Nigeria. No, I'm not interested in becoming the best in Africa. I need to play in the league, in the global league. And if I'm going to do that, the first thing is not about the packaging. The first is about the internal packaging. Are you listening to me? So I don't mind if you are selling something as small as Kunu, as small as Sobo. Go get those things go spread them as far as possible. If you cannot start with family and friends. From starting family and friends, move into a bigger circle. From moving into a bigger circle, listen, all the words you hear in church, all the words you hear around you, all the message, they are not going to make sense if you are not putting revelation to it. Remember, I call it the R to R principle, the R to R model, revelation to reality. And the only bridge is action, and action can only be materialized on the platform of faith. Are you listening to me? So I want to leave you with that point now. But what I want you to do right now is to get to charles.com.ng. charles.com.ng, and that's really going to help to furnish you. And just get to my shop. You're going to see the books I have written that have blessed people all around, internationally. You're going to get some of those books, I think, on Amazon, but you can buy some of those books online. And some other books are actually coming out very soon, and I believe that those are really going to be great blessings to you. But listen, what am I trying to say? I'm releasing this resource because, number one, remember, the day you begin to operate like me, where you're not worried about people, are people going to pay for these things? You know, but you worry more about the ability to just, you know, let your gifts flow. Then you are going to notice something. Money will begin to flow to you. Money will begin to flow to you. If you bother more about the money, you are never going to put the gift to work. But if you worry more about launching the gift, remember what I said, start with what you have from where you are. If you worry more about how you can start it now, be it in a crude way or whatever, how you can just start, how you can just start it now, the money definitely gets a signal and follows. Why? Because finances, money will always move in the direction of value. Remember what I said, it takes faith, it takes determination. Why is this very important? Why is foundation of success on Sundays? Because Monday is the start, you know, of a fresh week for a lot of people. If you are, listen to me right now, your dreams must make sense. I have prayed for this program, and I have made a covenant with God that everybody that gets on the sound of my voice and they're able to operate with faith to take hold of that dream, their lives will never be the same. I promise you. So if you're serious, if I at my level can have a financial consultant come to my house and reposition I and my wife, we at the end of the day, we want to go debt free. We want to be able to, like, no matter how much we want now, we're going to ensure that we avoid impulse purchase. And then we're able to set foundations for tomorrow. Foundation professionals. Now, let me talk to you in case you are also somewhere in the working class and then you work for. Please make up your mind that you're going to give your boss less headache. Make up your mind that you're going to increase your. If you get to my videos on YouTube, go find becoming a person of value. I think you're going to understand the importance of becoming a valuable asset. Listen, no matter how high you grow, be teachable. Wake up every morning, or every Monday morning, and make sure that you are going to give your boss less headache. That's one of the greatest ways to build your value. Now, if you're a business person, wake up every morning, get early to work. And don't talk about the economy. That's what they call that's what they call, if you've read Good to Great, which I encourage everybody to get, if you can go read Good to Great by Jim Collins. You're going to learn so many things about level 5 leaderships. And I'm also for those of you that are also very conversant with leadership, where God is repositioning us. Listen, don't be where God used to be where God is right now. There's something called the 7 mountains. You need to become a leader in each of those mountains. Find the mountain that you've been designed to operate and take leadership of that mountain. So remember, you want to get so many resources that are going to help you. Get to charles.com.ng. Some of the resources for Foundation of Success are going to be loaded up on the site very soon. But remember, for you to get access to those materials, you can only get access when you actually make the payment for subscribing to Foundation for Success. And we've made it very cheap, that I don't think there's any of the package there that's going to be more than 15,000 naira, or that's going to be more than $15 thereabouts. So make sure that you pay for the resources that can change your life. I'm very open about it. We need to understand also the commercial value of our gifting. I'm going to be talking about that next Sunday. But remember, if you are someone that have a business, it doesn't matter how small it is, go start something today. If you want more advice, you can get to me, and then we're going to set up a time. And remember, you're also going to pay for that. Because one of the reasons why a lot of us have not grown also is that we are finding free resources. I know I told somebody recently, I said consultancy is not advice. That's the mistake a lot of people have made. So when you see somebody give you, when you see this kind of time, you don't know the value this does to your life. In other words, God programmed it that to this Sunday, that somebody that's going to speak to your life. Listen to that revelation, and that revelation is going to translate into a new reality for you. And that's what I'm praying for you. So ladies and gentlemen, this has really been a beautiful time. This is what I do best. My name is Charles Wesley, and this has been Foundation for Success. Every Sunday by 4 p.m. We couldn't get this on IGTV today, but I'm going to find a way to get this, even though it's not going to be live, but we're going to get this on IG so everybody can hook up. But remember, for you to begin to increase the value, listen, change has to start from somewhere. But this is a mistake a lot of us make. There's a difference between change and transformation. change is never automatic. It has to start with transformation. And so what this program is designed to do is not to change. No, I can't make you a millionaire overnight. So if you're in a play, you think this is going to make you a millionaire overnight, then forget about it. Don't like, don't share, don't subscribe. Just be where you are, and I believe God is going to help you. But if you're interested in process becoming progress in your life, and you want to understand the step-by-step process you need to take in launching that business, and as a matter of fact, I talked to you about the financial things, with the templates we're going to lay out for the growth of your business. We're also going to lay out the social media templates, how you can grow how you can grow things you need to do online, basic things to create an audience for yourself, for your business. How you can also break through the African continental background, continental capacity, and break into a global level. How you can do all this, how you can create something as simple as a blog. We're going to be having all those training facilities just for everybody that subscribes to Foundation for Success. I'm also going to be giving some of my materials for free, because every single time I see somebody that is ready to succeed, I want to support them as quick as possible. But remember, I want 10 people that are seriously serious about making 100,000 between now and the next 2 weeks. If you are part of those people, immediately after this meeting, you want to DM me. You want to send, you want to get to charles.com.ng and see if you can send me a message via the email network there. And I want to believe that you are going to be blessed. Listen, I want to help you find what you've never found all this while inside you. Some of you already know you have gifts, but the fear have always been, when will this thing materialize? And that's actually why I'm here to help you. I've been doing this for several years, and I'm going to increase the pace at that. I can promise you that. So make sure, take the notes. If you have to reward this over and over and over again, then you need to do that. But listen, from this Sunday till the end of this year, your life, and if you follow this religiously, if you follow these meetings every Sunday, even if you don't pay and you just want to watch the free podcast, well, it's okay with me. Your life is never going to be the same. Remember, I want you to put yourself in line with those people that they were going into that, going to look at the person that was wicked, that just died. Immediately after this program, go to the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, and begin to redefine your image. See yourself differently. So you can change your mindset, you can change your belief system. Success will never be possible. So see you at the top. Well, it's been a pleasure again. Like I said, my name is Charles Rosselli, and I'm really, really so blessed to have presented this first class to you. And look forward to the next classes, which is going to be every Sunday. So thank you very much. It's going to be just about 45 minutes, and I believe that's really going to really help a lot of people. So stay blessed and really have a beautiful evening. Remember, on Foundation of Success, your life is really going to change. Get back. Don't call that thing small. What you call small remains small. Look at the future about it. Even though you're going to sell it for 100 naira, 100 naira times 1,000, that's already 100,000. 100,000, 100 naira times 10,000. So have time frames. Use the SMART principle. You have to be specific about the goal. You have to measure it. It has to be measurable. Success needs to be measurable. That's not like I want to be rich. That's not a goal. If you say I want to be able to make 100,000, that's why I told you in the next 2 weeks. I will make 100,000 in the next 2 weeks. Then you're making sense. By the time some of you actually follow me now, let me guarantee you, I'm already prophesying for those 10 people that are going to join me in making that work. What's going to happen to them in another 1 month? By the time you see the success story that's going to come out from Foundation of Success, you will know that this has really been a dream country for us. So thank you very much. My name remains Charles A. Ermaselli, and thank you for joining Foundation of Success. Have a great day.